Hey there YouTube, my name is Gamer Phil and today is the 30th of July 2015. What does that mean? That means that Windows 10 came out yesterday. And it also means that today you get my first impressions on Windows 10. But not only that, if Microsoft hasn't given you that annoying little pop-up in the bottom right corner of your screen saying that you can upgrade to Windows 10, I'm going to show you how to get it early. Stay tuned. Alright YouTube, welcome back. Now, when you first boot up Windows 10, this is what you're greeted with. Not some stupid start screen, not that weird Metro that you're not allowed to call Metro interface anymore thing that you used to get on Windows 8. No, that's all gone. It is still there in the background because there was some good work done with that for touch, but for desktop use, which is what I'm using Windows 10 for, it was absolutely horrible. So this is what you get. Now, in case you haven't got this yet, I'm going to show you how to get it now. So there's a couple of things going around on the internet at the moment, and the main one is some command line instructions that you need to give to Windows to get it to force the update. Now that's worked for some people, it didn't work for me. So I went searching for another way around it, and this is what I found. I'll give you a link in the description to where you can go to get this. But basically what this does is it's an official tool from Microsoft that lets you download Windows 10 and put it on a USB stick. Now, I did an in-place upgrade on my computer, and we'll get into more about that in a moment, but even though you've downloaded the image of Windows 10, put it onto a USB stick, you can still do an in-place upgrade. So let me show you what that's all about right now. So if you go to this link here that I've got, and I've just opened up another copy of it. Oh, what a wonderful day this is. So if you go to this link here, again, it's in the description, you can install, as you can see, installing Windows 10 using the media creation tool. Now if I click show all and go to this software download page, this is what you will need to download. Now there's two versions. You need to pick the version that's right for your computer. So my computer is a 64-bit, so I downloaded and installed that. Now, once you've done that, you need to run the tool. Now this is a little bit of a, this part here is what you mainly need to worry about. This is the edition of Windows 10 that you're going to get if you have one of these. Now, I had Windows 7 Professional before. I skipped Windows 8. I hated Windows 8. I had to use it in the workplace, two different workplaces, and it drove me insane. I really did not like it. Windows 10, 10 times better. Alright, so I got Windows 10 Pro, so some of the things that you're seeing might be ever so slightly different if you get Windows 10 Home. There's not a lot of differences, but they are there. So that's what you're going to get. Just a note about that. Basically what you do is you run the tool, you follow the steps, you click whether you're going to put it onto a CD or a USB, and it runs through everything for you. Now let me just grab that up for you. Media creation tool. So I've downloaded this previously. As you can see, it comes up with, this is going to change your computer. Are you sure you want to do that? Click yes. It's going to take a little bit of time to open. I don't know why. And here's what you get with the media creation tool. So you can choose to upgrade this PC now. That didn't work for me, so I had to go create installation media for another PC. Click next. You can choose all the different languages that you want. I chose English UK because English American I think is stupid. I don't know what Home N is. I will be honest, I do not know what that is. Single language, don't worry about that. Really the only two that you're going to worry about is Windows 10 Home and Windows 10 Pro. Now like I said, I had Windows 7 Professional, so remember this little chart back here, alright? if you've got Windows 7 Starter or just a basic Windows 8 or 8.1, then all you get is Windows Home. If you had Windows 7 Professional or Ultimate or Windows 8 Pro, then you get Pro. Now, like I said, I have a 64-bit machine. You can choose to download both. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to go with the 64-bit machine. You go next and you choose what you want to do. If you want to burn it to a CD, choose the ISO file. Otherwise, choose the USB flash drive. You click next. It asks you for a flash drive. That's actually my camera, so I'm not going to go any further than this. But basically, you choose the flash drive that you want it to go to. You click next. It starts downloading, and it does the whole installation process onto the USB stick for you. You don't need to worry about it. Once it says that it's 100% downloaded, it'll then go into verifying. When it's verifying, it's actually putting it on your USB stick and making sure that it's all there. When it gets to 100%, it's going to hang there for a little while. Don't do anything. Don't restart your computer. Don't force quit the program because you think it's hung. It's still doing stuff. Alright, just leave it go. It'll say when it's finished. It will take some time. Once it's finished, you can... Actually, let me go and get my USB stick. Okay, so once the installer is done putting everything onto your USB drive, this is what it's going to look like on your USB. Now, the thing to note here is that installer will erase everything that's on USB stick, so make sure that you have put everything elsewhere and cleaned it off. It's going to clean it for you anyway. But basically, you just click on this setup application here. Wait for that to do its thing. It's probably going to say you already have Windows 10 installed, you dummy. What are you doing? This is what you're going to see. Waiting. Okay, and it says it's preparing. Now it's going to say preparing for a little while, and then it's going to walk you through everything that you need to be able to do. And with the magic of editing, you guys can jump straight ahead to when this is all finished. Alright, so it's almost done, and then this is what you're greeted with. Now, so I chose the download and install updates. What that's going to do is download the updates while it's installing onto your machine. So it's going to do everything all at once, and you won't need to worry about it. I untick that. That's just me. I don't like people seeing what I'm doing. Click next. I'm not going to do that because I've already got Windows 10 installed and I don't want to ruin it. But click next, follow those instructions, and your computer will turn off and on again about 4 times. It took about a half an hour from this point until I was able to log into Windows 10 for everything to be 100% schmick. So that's how you get Windows 10. If you haven't got the notification on your computer already, I hope you enjoy Windows 10. Now, let's move on to my first impressions. Okay, so the first thing that I want to go over with you is Cortana. Now, as some of you may or may not know if you've watched my live streams before, I live in Australia. Unfortunately, Cortana is only available in, I think it's 7 countries: USA, UK, France, Spain, Germany, Italy, China. Yeah, that's 7 countries. So out of 190 countries where this is being launched now, officially, you only get 7 that support the best new feature of the operating system. Come on, Microsoft, you can do better than that. Now, there is a way around it, but I haven't implemented it. I'll show you how to do that. There'll probably be a little bit of B-roll right now about Cortana and showing you what it does and how to get it all working for you. But basically what you need to do is change the language settings. If you change the country and region to either the USA, UK, France, Spain, Germany, Italy, or China, and then you change the language to that country as well, then you'll be able to access Cortana. Now you can see that I've done that, and you can see Cortana's there working, but one little grind that I found is that I have to log into a Microsoft account, which isn't all that bad. I'm not afraid of logging into a Microsoft account. What I don't like though is the fact that it's going to log me out of the profile that I've created on my computer from Windows 7 and then log into my Windows Cloud created account. What? Microsoft, what are you doing? This is not cool at all. I really don't like this. So I didn't end up implementing that. What Microsoft is doing there, I really don't know. I think they should have learned from their experience with Windows 8, that jarring, you know, Metro piece of bullshit. That's a jarring experience for me. I've got things set up the way I like it, and I don't want them to change. I don't want to log into a different account. I like the account that I have. Don't mess with my computer, Microsoft. I want Cortana, just don't mess with my computer. Alright, that's my little rant on Cortana. So I can't give my... That's my first impressions on Cortana, but I can't tell you what I actually think about it because I can't use it. Alright, so moving on again, another main difference with Windows 10 is, of course, the start menu is back. For me, it was never gone. I never went to Windows 8, but for everyone else, it's back. Now you can see here that there's a few differences to the start menu from Windows 7 and, of course, Windows 8. It's sort of combined the two, which I don't think is actually too bad. I quite like this. I haven't quite decided on what I'm going to put in these tiles, but as you can see, I've got the weather here, which is actually quite nice. I really like this. This is kind of beautiful. Shows you everything that's going on. Right now, you can see it's very cold here where I am. I don't live in Gosford, just in case anyone's deciding that they want to stalk me, but I do live near it. So there is that. But this is actually quite beautiful, and I'm going to leave that there because there's a few things that I want to show you with the user interface when we come back to that. So the live tiles are nice. I do like this. This is good. And also these most used apps here, this is quite handy as well. So if we just have a quick look at the start menu here, so you've got your user. Now I did a right click there, so you can change account settings, lock the computer or sign out. Same thing with the left click apparently. Now you can drag all of these tiles here, just moving back over here. This is very, this is a first impressions video, so forgive me. But yeah, so you can move all of these tiles around, you can resize them, make them bigger or smaller. Whoop, no, I don't want you in the group, I want you up there. Right click on it, resize to wide, there you go. If we resize to large, we get a monstrous thing like that we have to scroll to see. Small is a tiny ass little square like that. And medium is this normal size. So you can arrange these in any which way that you want. They all move around, it doesn't matter, you can put them where you want. Now you can also resize the start menu like this. Now this is something that you could never do before, and to be quite honest, I really like this. This is actually really good. I find this I find it good that you can really customize the way that this works. Now for those of you that have one of those, you know, 2-in-1 switch tablet computers, the thing with the start menu of Windows 8 was it was really designed for touch, and Microsoft did a lot of good work there designing that for touch, but it just wasn't suitable for a desktop. So if you do have a touch device like a laptop with a touch screen, or a Surface Pro or something like that where you can take the keyboard on and off and things like that, you can actually switch this back to the old way of doing things in Windows 8. Now, tablet mode isn't actually working on my computer because I don't have a touchscreen. But you can see here, if you click your little notifications button here, which is down over this way, there is a tablet mode right here. So the tablet mode will set your start menu back to the way that it used to be. Now, if you did like what Windows 8 was doing with the start menu, you can actually turn that back on if you want. If you go into settings and go to personalization, go to start, use start full screen. So if I click that to on, you can see that we've now got the full screen start menu. I hate this, I can't stand it, so see ya later. And then you can see that we go back to what I had previously. So that's really, really good. Okay, so going back to the tablet mode thing, you can see here that there is actually in settings a tablet mode. Make Windows more touch-friendly when using your device as a tablet. So what this will do, when you take the keyboard off, you will automatically go to the touch UI that was basically Windows 8. Now, with the start menu here as well, like I said, you've got your most used apps over this side, but then if you go down, you've got all apps over here. So you can get a full list of all the apps that are on, or programs, whatever you'd like to call them, that it's on your system. Now, if you don't like scrolling like me, you can click on a letter and get access to this little shortcut here. But if you don't like using a mouse like I do, you can just start typing and you can get the apps just like you would on, say, Mac OS X when you use Spotlight. So that's actually really, really good. What else do I have? Spotify, there we go. Wunderlist, there you go. Epic, there's that one. OBS, Open Broadcaster Software. What else we got? We've got Maya. So you can see that you can access really quickly just by, well, let me get out of that and I'll show you. Hitting the Windows key and then start to type what it is that you want. Hit enter and that'll open straight up. So that's basically the start menu, and I really like this. It's a good step up from Windows 10. Windows 10, this is Windows 10. It's a good step up from Windows 7, and I really, really like it. Now, something that Microsoft seems to have borrowed from the Unix world of things, by Unix I mean Linux, Mac OS X, is this virtual desktops and task manager. Now, if I do myself a little bit of a favor, ooh, that's interesting, that's something I haven't noticed yet. Okay, so if you've got multiple screens like I do, and you click on this little button and you go into task view. Now I've got three screens, okay, so I've got, right now you're seeing the center monitor and I've got one on either side. Now let me go back into task view. Right now I have Firefox open on my left monitor. I'm going to try and drag that over so you can see my mouse is coming, but Firefox isn't coming with it in task view. So that's actually quite interesting. Now let's bring that back over here, go into task view, and then as you can see here, you get all of the apps that are open on that monitor. So that's something that I've just figured out. And you can also have multiple desktops. You can see there's a new desktop button here, and you can just keep on clicking that, create as many desktops as you want. This is very handy for someone who's only got a single monitor. For someone like me who's got a couple of monitors, not so much. But it is there and it is handy. So what you can do with that then is drag the windows like so and put them onto different desktops. And then if we switch over here, you can see that Firefox is now open. Switch over to desktop 2, you can see the weather is now open again. And if I go back to desktop 1, I get everything that's on my other two monitors. That wasn't on the center monitor. So let's just put all of that back to the way it was. And you need to go over that way. Okay, so that's Task View, really handy, really good. I do like that Microsoft has finally caught up in that regard. Now another new feature, but not feature, is Microsoft Edge. Something that I really don't like about what Microsoft have done with Windows 10 is that they're really trying to force you into Microsoft Edge. They're bringing it front and center, and for some things that's good, for others, not so much. For people who don't know much about computers, it's probably a good thing that Microsoft is putting that front and center. For people like, I'm assuming you guys, like me, that use Chrome or Firefox or Opera or something else, you know, something that was infinitely better than Microsoft, than Internet Explorer, you don't really want to know that much about it. But Edge is here, and it's actually not that sort of horrible. There are some features missing from browsers that we're used to, like Chrome and Firefox, things such as extensions, but there's also a lot of other things in here as well. So let's just go to, seeing as we're doing a video about Microsoft, let's go to Microsoft, shall we? Okay, so here is Microsoft's web page. So this is all well and good. So you, just like in Firefox, you can star it to favorite it, or there's this button here which is blacked out at the moment. Let's maybe go to Gizmodo, something where we can read a bunch of stuff. That seems very likely here. Okay, so you can see that that's now animated, and if we click on that, that's a reading view. So you get this nice little book-like sort of reading this, which gets rid of all of the other junk that's around it. So all of this crap that's over here. Let's actually make that a bit wider because I've got a screen that we can actually use, and it's even gotten rid of all the comments and things down below. So that's actually really cool. Let's go all the way down. Yeah, so it's even gotten rid of the comments and things. So that's really cool. I like that. That's nice, but yeah, that's something that I think Microsoft has borrowed from Safari, from Apple, but it's still a good thing to have. Now, something else that you can do is this web notes. So if we click on that, you can see our bar at the top changes, and you can instantly start drawing on, you know, on your screen. So this is some sort of a, I don't know, maybe a screwed up cat. I don't know. Anyway, it's there. You've even got a highlighting tool, so you can highlight the things that that you want somebody else to read and share it. I can erase all of that out. See you later, my funky little cat. What? There we go. You can even add some little annotations here and start typing away. If I can type. Apparently I can't. And then you can even create a clip of what it is that you want to send to somebody else, and you can save that off, you can share it. You've got the little share here. Draw comes out from the right, which my face is currently covering. And then you can get out of that completely and go back to what you were doing. So that's really cool for a collaboration tool, something to send off to somebody else. I don't see a lot of people using it in their everyday life, but it's there. Other than that, you know, you get your normal things, so your new tabs and the like. Other than that, everything is pretty much there. So it looks a lot better than what Internet Explorer did. It feels better. It feels like it's a bit quicker, and it's not using any of Microsoft's proprietary junk. Microsoft did start from the ground up with Edge, and it really shows, because there are features missing, but the things that they have put in there are really good. So looking forward to the updates to Microsoft Edge, and we'll see if it's enough to get me to switch over from Firefox. I doubt it, but we'll see. So another thing that's new to Windows 10 is the Xbox Center. So if we just go to Start and we click on Xbox here, you can see that it loads up with Xbox Live. Now this is linked, of course, to your Microsoft account, so if you've got an Xbox 360 or Xbox One, this is probably going to be very familiar to you. You've got, I'll just blank out my name there, but you've got you know, your all of the games that you play, your Microsoft points, you know, how many friends you've got. You can chat to your friends even. There's a list of games. Where's the chat? There's the chat. So you can create a new message and send it to your friends. I don't. So you can send things to your friends. You've got alerts and things. Any you know, achievements that you get, they're all here. You can even, and this is something really new with Windows 10, is do some screen capture. So let me just start doing that now. Press Win G to open game bar. Okay, Win G to open game bar. Now Xbox, what does that do? Okay, Win G, record, Alt Win G, screenshot, start recording, settings, record game in background, record the last. Okay, so these are all the options that you get. I haven't actually seen the show time while I am recording max length. Okay, that's interesting. Wow, that's actually really good. So there's so it looks like record, that is probably the last 30 seconds. So if something really cool happens, Alt Windows key and G, Alt Windows R to start recording. Cool. Alright, so Alt Windows R, oops, Alt Win R it is. There you go, you can see in the top corner here that it says it's recording. And then if we go Alt Win R, you can see that it has recorded it. So if we click on that, we go back into Xbox and we should be able to see, there we go, there's our two recordings. Look at that! Perfect. That actually works really well. Alright, let's put me back up in the corner. Okay, just something that I want to note as well, when you do delete your recordings out of the DVR here, they do go to your recycle bin, so if you made a mistake, you can get them back. Don't worry, everything's going to be fine. I don't want these. Alright, so that is that. Alright, so that's Xbox Live on Windows 10. So let's move on to something else, and that's UI elements. Now I kept the weather app here for a reason, and that's so that I can talk about the UI elements. So you'll notice that Microsoft has done a really good job at unifying everything for the desktop. But not only that, everything here should work with touch as well. With a lot of the built-in apps, you'll actually see these three little lines over here. Now if you click on those, you'll notice that the tray sort of extends out that way to give you more detail. Now I actually like this because it doesn't take over what you're doing, but it still gives you more information on what's going on. So there you go, you can see a map of Australia and roughly where I live. Yeah, so these new UI elements, and I think they've taken a little bit from Google with their material design, and to be quite, just because of the animations and things like that, and to be quite honest, I like it. There's not much here that I can really complain about. Everything's very easy to use, and it's simple. It's very simple to understand. I've got no complaints whatsoever, and I think I just crashed this. Oh, that's actually the first crash that's happened so far, by the way, and I've been using this for a good probably about 10 hours already. So yeah, that's actually not too bad for a day one release. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the UI elements like that. Even when you click on notifications here, you can see that sliding in. Everything's really fluid. It is very much a material design sort of aesthetic, and you know what, that's not too bad. I actually quite like it. Okay, so the last thing that I want to go over is the settings here in Windows 10. Now, in Windows 7, I didn't have any complaints whatsoever about the settings. It was fairly easy to use, and you could get around it, you could get used to it, everything was okay. You had options with the way that you arranged your settings, and that was quite good in the way that Microsoft implemented it, and where everything was kept. I didn't have an issue with any of that, it was all fine. Windows 10, on the other hand, is a different story. Now, when I used Windows 8, the settings were a bit all over the place, and it was really hard to find your way around the settings and change what you wanted to change. Props to Microsoft, they got rid of all of that shit and they went back to this. Now, they shouldn't have done that in the first place on Windows 8, but they realized their mistake and they went back. So let's just acknowledge that and get that out of the way. Windows 10 settings are a little bit all over the shop. For example, in Windows 7 you would go into into the displays, and you could personalize your display, and everything was sort of there. But here, if I click on System, which is display, notifications, apps, power, click on display, there's not really any options here to adjust screen resolution or anything like that, which is what I would expect to be here. Instead, you click on advanced display settings, and then you get it. I don't quite understand that. It should be right there in front of you. I don't understand why they put it somewhere different. But not only that, if you want to personalize, you have to go somewhere else. So here I am in the personalization. I would have felt like anything to do with the display in your background should be in the same place. That's just me, but hey, you get that. Now, a good thing as well is you can customize the lock screen, so that is a good thing. I really like it. You can see I've got Tychus on there. Now, if I click on Themes and I click on Theme Settings, you notice that it goes back to the old Windows 7 style. Huh? It's not in the same window? I don't... And then, you click on Control Panel here, and you've got all the... what? It goes back to Windows 7? I don't... what's going on here? I don't understand. This is... I mean, this is jarring to me. This is a remnant of what I think came back from Windows 8. Microsoft, you've dropped the ball on this one. Everything else that I've gone over so far is fine. My main two issues are the Cortana thing, having to log in with a Microsoft account and changing everything on you, and this. This is not good. I really don't like this. The fact that everything is sort of split between the two. System and security. I really don't know what Microsoft has done here. You've got your two different settings. Click on advanced sound settings and it even opens up something else. I mean, Jesus, Microsoft, please get your act together. This is not how this should work. So that's all I'm going to say on that. It's out of place, it's very jarring. I don't like this. That's out of my system. So, Windows 10, all in all, how is it? Couple of little things that really get on my nerves, but other than that, it's actually really solid. I haven't come across any bugs yet whatsoever, which is a surprise considering some information that we got from Barnacules, just about how Microsoft is testing Windows 10. So it's a little bit of a surprise, but it's good. It's a good surprise. I like it. This is how operating systems should be. So props to Microsoft. It really does work very well, except for those two things that really sort of gripe me, and that is the Cortana sign-in issue and the settings issue where it's all over the place. Now, one of the things that Microsoft said with Windows 10 was that they were going to combine all the settings into one place and get everything all settled and sorted and right there. They haven't done that, in my opinion. I think they've dropped the ball on this one, and they really need to go back and take a look at how the settings work in Windows 10. I really like the way that they worked in Windows 7. I wish that they would go back to that. So, is Windows 10 for everybody? Yes and no. Long story short, if you're on Windows 8, my advice would be to upgrade. I have a personal hate against Windows 8. Anyone who knows me personally knows this, and I really think that anyone who's using Windows 8 should upgrade. And I'm really going to be trying to push that to a couple of the places that I help out with their IT. I really want to push that because they are on Windows 8 and all I get is complaints from them. So hopefully this Windows 10 is going to solve a lot of the complaints of Windows 8, and I can really see that happening. If, however, you're on Windows 7, bottom line is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I upgraded to Windows 10 for a couple of things. Thing number one, DirectX 12. Nvidia and AMD have both come out saying that they will support DirectX 12 on some of their older cards. Nvidia is going to support it on more than what AMD is going to, so there is a bit of a difference there, but that's a debate for another day. So that's one of the reasons why I upgraded, was for DirectX 12 support for my games. As you know, I'm enrolled in a game development course, so I need to be up to date with all of those latest technologies. So that's the one reason why I upgraded. And the other reason is because Windows 7 is now 3 generations old. It's really solid, it's really good, but it is getting on a little bit. Windows 10 brings in new technologies, new security updates, all of that sort of good, fun stuff that's going to keep us safe on the interwebs, and I really think that everyone who can should upgrade to Windows 10. That being said, if you like Windows 7, you like how it works, you keep all the security updates, you've got antivirus installed, you change your passwords regularly, you do all of that stuff, you should be okay. So, Windows 10, is it good or is it not good? So far, I think it's really good. It gets my thumbs up, and I think it should get yours too. So thanks for watching this video, guys. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos like this coming out very, very soon. So please keep a lookout for that. I'm going to try and keep them coming regularly. So keep an eye out for all of those and subscribe so that you don't miss them. If you use Twitter as well, please add me on Twitter. I'll put the link in the description. I am at GamerPhilLive on Twitter. I'm a real social guy. Come and have a chat. And also, please feel free to check out my live stream, hitbox.tv/GamerPhil. And I'll see you on the live stream.